If you have an Aries, sun, moon, and or rising, this reading is for you. Welcome to the Sacred Gray. My name is Astrid. I'm a psychic oracle and mentor. And this reading is for Aries for the month of March. So I'm going to be honest, it already looks really good. I pulled from the Green Glyphs Oracle deck just to start. First card was Pig, and then Phone Call, Portal, and Gazebo. These 4 cards together, man, that seems like a good thing. This is playful. This is sudden news that is inviting you into a playful time wherein you can look at your reality and say, wow, I'm hearing spirit say, wow, I made it. Wow, I did really good. Wow, this is incredible. Like, that's all of what spirit is giving to me. It's this overwhelming, and I'm seeing like this, oh, this is kind of a cool thing. So I'm seeing an energy coming out of your heart space that is large and circular. It almost looks like a galaxy type of thing, or like a black hole, but it's like emerging from you in a way that you've never experienced it before. You've never felt this kind of optimism or joy, or at least you haven't in a very, very long time. This is a kind of freedom that you're experiencing in that moment. That's really neat. I want to get some more insight. I grabbed this deck, but I kind of want to I'm feeling called to the Poesis. Let's just see what else spirit has for you about this. I mean, March, I did a month ahead for just a general collective month ahead for February. And I wanted to break it down by the signs for the month of March, because the month of March is so, I mean, I don't know. You've probably heard the month of March is a little wild. So let's see what Poesis has for us. Oh, wow. Disillusion. What else? Leap. Root. And wisdom, with flow at the bottom here. I kind of want to get a little bit more. Simplify. Nurture at the bottom. Flow coming out again. Freedom, struggle, and expand when I split the deck. So I'll show you these cards. I know that you guys can't see the cards. If you want to become a financial supporter to my mission here, there are links in the description box. I need to get another camera so that you guys have a top-down view so you can see what I'm seeing, because I like my setup here. I want you to see it. So disillusion, leap, root, wisdom, simplify, and then at the bottom of the deck we have nurture. Now, the first card out, being disillusion, is really grounding what feels like an overwhelmingly positive, portal, like the card from the Green Glyphs deck says. It's a portal that I'm seeing coming through your heart. But it grounds it in this understanding that it is still eclipse season. With disillusion there, it grounds it in this knowing that there will be a challenge. It's not all sunshine and daisies, right? And I'm hearing kind of a whimsical song come through. Spirit is playing, and I'm seeing Yellow Brick Road, right? I'm seeing the Munchkins skipping around on Yellow Brick Road. You can paint it that way if you would like, looking towards it, but the reality that you'll find, and I'm hearing if you don't prepare yourself, might feel a bit overwhelming, or I'm hearing concerning. So there is an element of preparation to this that spirit wants you to clue yourself in on, this element of understanding that it might the freedom that I'm feeling from these cards might come in a way that is what's the word that I'm looking for, spirit? What is the word? Might come in a way that is, I guess, jarring. Like, you know, the card, the image on disillusion is pretty much that. I know you guys can't really see it. I really don't like to fight with this lens because I've like, to get a card to focus, that's why I want to get a top down. To get a card to focus is like everything comes out of focus then, and it screws up the whole thing. But it's this shattering energy of this person's, you know, head, you know. So there's this understanding that like not everything was what it seems, you know. Disillusion is this moment of realizing that what you once believed or what you once knew may not actually be the truth that you were anchored in on, right? There's something else going on. So let's get into the tarot. Trying to suss out kind of like how Spirit wants me to do this. So pulling from the top, I have the Nine of Wands, King of Wands, the Emperor, Temperance, and the Hermit. Okay, and we're going to stop there. The Emperor. Yes, ma'am. That's the Aries power card. So we have 2 wands followed by 3 major arcana. Spirit is asking you to take your time. I feel like this is a process too. I feel like this is a process of you kind of grabbing your power. It's almost as if you start out in a place where you need to root, right? You need to ground yourself, because with the 9 of Wands to kind of get us started here, there's this guarded fatigue, there's this protection energy, and then it evolves into focus and then into embodied power, right? And then into something more feminine with Temperance, and then finally grounding into the Hermit here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Spirit is asking me to pull for what the blessing is of this month. What is the blessing of this month? 4 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles again. Let's get one more. Spirit is saying 2 more. Queen of Pentacles. And the Sun. Wow, with the Queen of Wands at the bottom. It's something that you care for very deeply, that you'll have the time and energy, is what I'm hearing, to pour into in a way that is much more enlivening, is the word that Spirit is giving me. Much more enlivening and much more empowering, much steadier in its grasp. Does that make sense? That's what Spirit is telling me. So it's something that I think maybe you've been working at, but having a hard time actually reaching. I'm like seeing like reaching into. So there's this idea of like taking it deeper and creating a more fulfilling experience with whatever this thing is, right? There's something about kind of taking it to the next level, like an embodiment element that you, so it's like you have this, it's okay. So I'm seeing someone holding a bowl, but the bowl on the outside is slippery. And so as you're moving around with it, or like a cup or a chalice, you know, and so as you're moving around with it, it's hard for you to really maintain a firm grasp on that container, that vessel. It's hard for you to really protect what's in it, because there's distractions, there's all kinds of things like pulling at you. And so what I'm seeing here is kind of a leveling of energy within you. I'm seeing this and now in the heart center for you, collective, I'm seeing a golden light that is really nice and bold here, and then comes out like this. If you can imagine that kind of like harmonizing energy of like, and I'm hearing a frequency too. So there's like this big heart opening energy that's coming in. It's harmonizing and like distilling into something that you can bring forth. So this is something that you, and with the image being a cup or a bowl or a chalice, and then the water there's something that maybe you've been trying to bring forth, that you're very like loving, you have a lot of loving emotional energy towards. And I think that experience for you has been tumultuous on your journey here and there, right? But as we go through March, what I'm experiencing with this image is a leveling of the energy that is from within you and reflected outside of you. So not only are you able to kind of steady yourself and dry the vessel, right? Dry it off so that you can get a better grip on it, but you're also getting the support, like somebody's handing you the towel, right? Somebody's handing you the cloth that you need to grip it in a way that is actually sustained, right? In a way that is more effective. I feel called to get a card from the I Ching for you. And then, with outcome, with what the blessing is, it is the ability to further your efforts from a place that, really with the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles, it furthers your efforts in a way that is directly aligned with your relationship to your higher power, right? So you're able to kind of like commune with your higher spirits. You're able to commune with, whoever it is that you pray to. That I feel, for some reason, I'm getting this kind of like shocking energy from that. Like you might, depending on like your spiritual practice or if you work with any deities, there might be a fear that you experience in your spiritual work or in your communion with your higher powers that might kind of taint or offer a pigment in the lens that you're looking at that work through. Does that make sense? So like I'm thinking of like my grandmother, she way back in the day, she wore glasses that had a pink tint to them, and she said that the optometrist told her that it helps with something around her vision. It helps. And so, but this has like a more challenging connotation to it, where whatever it is that's like on the other side of your spiritual practice, right? What is in the unknown, the guides that work with you directly, the guides that maybe you connect with or you see in your meditations, right? However it shows up. I think that there's an element of fear or unknown to that makes it feel not out of reach, but there's just a discernment to you that I do feel is being cleared up, and those lenses are being wiped clean, free of any pigment. So it's just a clear lens that you're looking through now in your spiritual work. So we're going to pull from the I Ching. So card number 7, hexagram number 7, let's take a look. It's the book. Hexagram 7, okay. Hexagram number 7, the army. Above earth, below water. Water deep in the earth, power waiting to be used. The collective power of the people to defend themselves lies within the quiet populace as water lies underground, waiting to be tapped. An army is not always active. It rises to action in times of need. A righteous cause will pull people together to work for the good of all. A wise and just leader will inspire discipline. And that's that Emperor card. I think that you are able to embody that in yourself. And you have support, like I said, that really complements what I've already stated. That's beautiful. You have support in grounding what is a higher purpose for you. Yes. I want to get a bit of information about kind of the challenges that you may face that you don't particularly, or you may not see coming at this time. What kind of challenges will this collective face in the month of March, Aries? Okay, so 10 of Swords. Ten of Swords, 8 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse, the King of Pentacles. I've got the 7 of Cups at the bottom and the Fool when I split the deck. That's interesting. So this feels like an overwhelm that comes from what could be a betrayal, But what could also just be like something not, you know, again, with disillusion, something not really appearing. Okay. So I think that you've had a suspicion, and I think you've been reluctant to release something. And here with your challenge that maybe you don't see coming, you have options in front of you about whether or not you are willing or ready to release whatever that is. Okay. Because whatever we're talking about here, be it a person, a relationship with a family member or your partner, a job. Although with the cups, I do feel like it could be a relationship, some kind of relationship, friendship, community, whatever. And you're met with something that I feel like it really grounds an understanding of a facet of whatever this situation is, a facet of that individual's personality, or a facet of like your beingness or their beingness or the state of the relationship, whatever it is, something that wasn't totally clear to you before is now clear. And I think that might be overwhelming for you to acknowledge at the moment that it takes place, and it might feel like that disillusionment. It might feel very destabilizing, because it's just not what you expected. It's not what you have. It's not aligned with the picture that you've been painting the whole time, right? I want to get a little bit more about this challenge and kind of the Hierophant. What is this in regard? Ooh, the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. Okay, what is this in regards to? Is this like a relationship, or kind of, can I get like an area of life, please? Yeah, you know what's funny is I was seeing a pentacle, and I was just about to say it before the card shot out. I was gonna say I'm seeing a pentacle, Page of Pentacle with Page of Swords at the bottom. So it could be that there's a misuse of funds, or there. I feel like there's a misuse of funds, or there's disillusionment around money or work. I feel like possibly in a relationship where you expect things to be cut and dry. You expect things to be just one way, right? Because it like makes sense. The High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles with the Devil underneath. You expect things to be one way, and it's because you have kind of a greater understanding of whatever this thing is, this relationship, the dynamics that are going on there. You're anticipating a type of behavior from whoever else is involved, and they don't embody that behavior. Or, and again, this could be a person, this could be a job, this could be whatever. I do have the Moon when I split the deck. This could be, take it how it resonates. But there's something that maybe we didn't expect that person, place, or thing, right, to act in the way that they are acting, or to bring to you what they're bringing to you in this situation, because you just kind of expected it to be one way. Like, why wouldn't it be this way? What are you talking about, right? And so there's this kind of shock to the situation that I think that you ground pretty quickly, because you have so much stability available to you in the month of March, and it is all coming from your inner power and will. It's all coming from within you. Like, you're able to source your groundedness even during these times and these moments of uncertainty. Like, I'm seeing root and leap here, simplify and wisdom. It's like Spirit is saying, you understand how much wisdom is in simplicity. This is something that I say, like, there's so much wisdom in simplicity. There's so much wisdom in simplicity, and you understand that. And so when things get like loud or jarring or confusing, or when the energy like gets up here, you're able to, there's also strong ancestral energy coming through. So I think that, you're able to like either call on your ancestors, or your ancestors are just like, they're there, you know, like they are, I'm hearing, at the ready. And they assist you in grounding and cutting through to the truth of the matter, which is showing up here as the Queen of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Queen of Pentacles, which was in your blessing for the month, but the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles. You're able to see, you know, the moon here, and then when I split the deck, I got the Five of Pentacles. So there's this, you're able to see through what's really going on here. Yeah, because then the Seven of Swords, it's not all as it seems, and your groundedness allows you to give it the time required to fully understand like what's actually going on in the 3D and just energetically, right? So you are able to, and I also feel very strongly, and Spirit is bringing me back to the hexagram with this, I also feel very strongly that you're able to bring that groundedness to whoever else is involved, right? So if this is, let's say, for example, that this is like a work situation that's falling apart. Let's say you, like in these first cards that came out as the Emperor, Temperance, and the Hermit, you're able to kind of like let people know like, hey, you know, this is a kind of an alarming situation, but let's just hold off. We can't do anything right now. This is like you can only control what you can control wisdom that I share with my collective pretty frequently. Two of Wands and the Devil, the Six of Swords. I do feel like there's going to be some energy of kind of wanting to jump ship or wanting to like leave something behind prematurely, and Spirit is kind of cautioning against that. And I think that this is your gut instinct. Yeah. So the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers with the Ten of Wands. I feel like there's an illusion that maybe some of this collective falls into at times, and it would be rooted in abandonment, where you might find yourself like, well, I'm just going to wash my hands of it. You know, I'm just going to dip out. And when we find ourselves doing that, I talk about this a lot in like relationship dynamics, but this can happen anywhere. When we find ourselves doing that, it is a very clear manifestation of an abandonment wound. So because you're trying to keep yourself safe. You're like, it's fine, I'll just restart. You know, it's fine. I'm just gonna whoop, and then you isolate yourself. You know, and this is that feeling of like, you know, the Aries Ram. Like I can do it myself, right? I can do it myself. And then kind of that justice element to Aries, which is like, I'm gonna make it right for me. Right. And Spirit is cautioning you against this in your own body, but also in the bodies of those folks around you. Spirit is saying that, you know, this is an energy that might be present, and to shield yourself. And like, I'm seeing that like protection bubble, you know, to protect yourself. And that's that grounding, that's that simplicity, that's that wisdom, that you're asking to, or that you're being asked to pull in here, not just for you, but for like all involved, right? Like you are, I think, very much a leader in one way or another of the people around you. You are, you know, and this is my collective. I find that a lot of you guys you lead by example. So a part of you wants to keep yourself safe here, but then the other part of you knows that feeling that comes up, whatever it is, you know, and there are several ways in which this manifests where you want to keep yourself safe, that you know that is a lie, essentially, that you actually are safe. And so kind of bringing it back here to these first cards that came out, you know, again, like with the phone call, this is sudden news, right? It's eclipse season, right? So this is kind of a sudden experience. This is a sudden, you know, it could come from a phone call, right? It's like incoming communication about something that's like, whoa, wowie, wow, right? And so when things move fast, and this is, you know, information that or wisdom that I provide to my collective all the time. When things are moving fast, when there's urgency, you are being asked to slow down, right? If the situation is asking urgency of you, if it's dysregulating you, then you slow down decisively, right? You stand in that emperor energy and you slow down decisively. And I can see that you actually are successful at that, collective. Let's get a final message for you about outcome and kind of maybe just like the larger picture. So outcome, I've got the Seven of Wands poking out, strength, Queen of Swords in reverse. Oh, you are letting people go. You are like, I'm seeing ties being severed. The Magician, Ace of Cups here at the bottom, and the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I love it. Yeah, you're cutting people off who are not contributing to the carrying of that chalice, right? You're like, hey, no, right? And it's not, you know, I think that with everything that's here, you're able to balance like what, I guess what is truly supportive. You're able to balance like kind of maintaining those relationships and following your heart without isolating yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like you're pulling, it's like both things can exist at the same time. I can take care of myself and I can have successful relationships, right? It's not either or, both can exist at the same time. I can have success in work and I can have success in love or in family or whatever it is. I can have success in all areas of my life simultaneously. Essentially, like, I can have my cake and eat it too. And this realization, that's powerful. And that's what March is opening up for you. And I'm so excited for you. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm excited to hear from you guys. You know, if you watch this when it's posted and then you circle back and you're like, oh my God, Astrid, like, wow. Like, you know, I would love to hear how things pan out. You know, after March passes or during the month, if you want to shoot me an email, you're welcome to. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you drop a like, drop a comment, share the video, those are free ways to support a growing channel, and they are incredibly appreciated. You guys, I see all of those things, and I just want to thank you so much for your support of this channel. Blessings and love and encouragement from me always. You can do it. And if anyone tells you that maybe that is less than the truth, then they can get the boot. Okay, don't let the door hit you on the way out, right? All right, take care of yourselves.